Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to episode 271 of the Drunk Dashers podcast. I'm your host, as always, I'm Tyler. And joining me once again, we have the man, the myth, the legend himself, Sir Colonel Gables. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Tyler, I'm doing all right.
kind
Yeah,
of a weird intro when we just talked, like, we just ended the show like 3 minutes ago.
yeah, I know, right?
Not really a lot more to add other than that. Uh, so, we are back with talking about Bethesda this time. Hope you guys went back and listened to our other shows. We talked about EA and Microsoft already. But we're here talking about Bethesda now. Was so far, I think, the shortest one. It was, I guess it wasn't that much shorter than Microsoft. About an hour and a half. But started off with, once again, I'm going to do the same thing I did in case you haven't listened to the other ones. Just going to run through everything they talked about. We'll come back and we'll talk about it at the end about what we thought about it all. But starting off, Todd Howard came out, or not Todd Howard, Phil Hines came out, and cracked some jokes about Walmart Canada and how they're bad at keeping secrets and all that. Pretty funny. And then Andrew WK came out and performed a song, which I guess is like the theme song for Rage 2. Very awkward, and the shots of the crowd was really funny. Like, all very bored. Which I thought was pretty, which is actually, like, no disrespect to Andrew WK, but the crowd shots were my favorite part of just everybody just like, okay. Like, not the crowd for Andrew WK. But they showed gameplay for the first real actual gameplay, not just like splices here and there. Rage 2 showed off some driving combat, a lot of actual first-person shooter combat and all that. Basically just like Doom. Long, probably a 5-minute long trailer for that. Then they went on to the part I talked about. The Microsoft one is like this is like their EA Sports part and Microsoft's Forza part. Where they talked about Elder Scrolls Legends, which is their mobile free-to-play card game. They talk about it every year. But now this time it's coming to the consoles this year. It's coming to the Switch as well, along with PS4 and Xbox One, and it's still going to be free-to-play. And then there's new content coming to Elder Scrolls Online later this year. That they just released a new one, Summer Fest or Summer Set, something like that, just last week. Which I have never played that game, and I think I know more about that game than any other game ever made because I have two people at work that play it constantly and love talking about that game. So I know quite a bit about it. So that was kind of like their like boring corporate part of it, where like it's probably the two of the most like popular franchises as far as money goes and probability wise. So they just kind of have to talk about. But then the real shit hit the fan here, where we get this little trailer and it's just like looks like this weird place. Everything's just gone to shit. And then Mick Gordon's Doom theme kicks in and Tyler got chills and started doing fist pumps like crazy. Louis was scared, didn't know what to do. He was not a fan. I woke him up. Louis was mad. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't bite me. He was barking a little bit. But fucking Doom Eternal has been announced. It is the sequel to Doom. It's just a 30-second teaser. Said more fucking demons, more than twice as many demons. It is Hell on Earth, which they're following kind of how the first Doom series, the original Doom series went, where Doom 2 I think actually went to Earth.
Yeah.
We'll see more of it at QuakeCon in August, and like I said, twice as many demons. Moving on, Quake Champions is going to be free to download. It's on PC only until the 17th is the last day to do it. So free to play during that stretch of time. I guess it's been out. I didn't realize that game's been out for like over a year now. So I should tell you how well that game is doing. Then they kind of came out probably one of the other worst kept secrets, mainly because Bethesda's been like throwing it in our faces for like the last 6 weeks, with like pictures and screenshots. But they announced Prey DLC. It's called Moon Crash. It is actually out now for $20. There's another update that comes out tonight that has like New Game Plus. And during the trailer, they had the Spin Me Right Round playing, which was actually a pretty cool trailer. They go to the moon on this. Spent a lot of time talking about it. Like if you are a fan of Prey, it's out there. I think I don't know if it's like if you have to have Prey or not to play that game. I don't know if it's like you can independent kind of game. But then moving on to Wolfenstein 2. It's coming to Switch June 29th. They already knew that, but they just threw it out there again. But there is a new expansion coming out called Youngblood. It's going to be, that one is actually separate, so you don't have to actually own a Wolfenstein 2 to play it. But Takes place in the 80s, and it's a co-op. It's actually in co-op because you play as Blazkowicz's twin daughters, and it takes place in Paris, and it's coming in 2019. So they're kind of doing the same thing they do with Wolfenstein 1, where they released it, and then like the following spring, they had like an expansion, like a small expansion with Old Blood. So it seems like they're doing that again. Then it came back, talked about Prey's Typhoon Hunter. I don't know what the hell that is. They talked about it, but I didn't really don't know what the fuck it is. But that's coming to VR, and then they also announced Wolfenstein Cyber Pilot is also coming to VR. No like visuals on it, nothing like that, no trailer or nothing. But they announced there was 2 new VR pieces coming. It's coming to everything. Sounds like. And then Oculus. What's the other one? And PSVR. I forgot the third one. But then Skyrim, they had like a really funny skit. I was laughing my ass off during this, where they had it was like a Saturday Night Live skit almost, where they kind of made fun of themselves with Skyrim being on everything. Where now they have Skyrim on Alexa, Skyrim on your smart fridge, Skyrim on your Etch a Sketch, and Skyrim on their pagers. Really funny thing. Kind of Todd Howard came out at this point. It was kind of like delaying, fucking with people about Fallout 76. But they finally got there. Fallout 76, all the rumors came out to be true. It is entirely online. Everyone in the game is a real person, but you can also play it solo. Dozens of characters in the world. They said there won't be hundreds, there won't be thousands, but there'll be dozens in your world. They emphasize again, it's 4 times bigger than Fallout 4. You can build anywhere now. There was a Mega Sloth. There is a beta called Break It Early Test application coming, with no data when that's coming or when to sign up for it. And then it's out this year, November 14th. And then we had Fallout Shelter was brought up again as a 3-year anniversary because it came out during E3 2015. It's out tonight on Switch and PS4, and it's still free. So if you want to play that, it's out there now. It's been on Xbox One and mobile and iPads forever. Elder Scrolls Blades was announced. I think people were thinking this was a new Elder Scrolls game, or real Elder Scrolls game, and then couldn't find out it's a mobile game, but it kind of turned out to be bigger than that because it's coming to VR and consoles as well. It's coming this fall. It is a first-person RPG. It's a semi-open world, but it looked like it might have been on rails. Kind of basic fighting, but you can visit other friends' towns. You can connect to each other because on all the consoles. So it sounds like you can take your saves, your characters everywhere you go. Like I said, it's coming this fall for free. And you can pre-order it for some reason. I don't know why, but you can pre-order it. It's a free game. I guess maybe servers test them out. And then they announced 2 next-gen single-player games. So one's called Starfield, which has been like leaked and talked about forever, but nobody knew what it was. They just knew there was a game being called Starfield that Bethesda was working on. Announced that one. That's their first new franchise, new IP in over 25 years. And then after they said the game after Starfield, they're also working on in the beginning stages of Elder Scrolls 6. So that's kind of how they ended it. A couple pretty big bangs back to back. So Gables, what did you think of Bethesda's press conference?
Well, I gotta say though, the whole thing towards the beginning with with how they introduced things to the Walmart of Canada jokes, that was pretty funny. But the whole Andrew WK thing literally was the funniest shit I think I've seen, because it had the makings of like probably one of the most cringiest E3 moments on record. Because here you have this freaking big old rock band, playing the theme and stuff for the upcoming game Rage 2. And everybody in the crowd, you can just see panned out the shots where people are just have like no reactions. There's some people maybe getting into it, but then all of a sudden you have this one cutaway, and this dude with glasses, and he's just like, what the fuck is this? Like, what?
Yeah.
Oh man. Just that alone was pretty awkward.
Yeah. So real quick, Wolfenstein Youngblood is up for pre-order right now for $30.
Wow. Well, hey.
So we have a price, but no date. So go on.
Kind of like what the old Blood was for like when that first
$20.
Like $20. Yeah, around that range anyway.
That was. I think this is gonna be a physical. They didn't have a physical one for that. So.
Well, let's see. The whole afterwards and stuff. I mean, Rage 2, when I saw the gameplay trailer of it, it definitely seems like a Doom Light to me, because it definitely has all the influences of, it's from id Software, obviously, and a lot of that assets and what the heck they've done, like with Doom or something, is really reflected upon it. But that's what I could not shake from it the entire time I was looking at the gameplay, is how much I wanted to play Doom. But the Elder Scrolls stuff. I mean, the whole Elder Scrolls stuff I thought was pretty interesting in some regards. I mean, I'm not going to touch anything for the Elder Scrolls Online. For the fans that want to, I mean, hey, there you go. You got some new content that you can play. But it's kind of surprising that there are a couple of Switch games from here, like the Elder Scrolls card game, plus the whole Fallout Shelter stuff, and that's pretty cool. I kind of like how they're branching out with some of their subsidiary games inside those franchises on the Switch. It makes a lot of sense because it's a very good mobile device in collaboration with, say, like with phones and like tablets and stuff. Mm-hmm. But let's see. Obviously, man, Doom Eternal. Seeing that, just looking at the freaking response to everybody. I mean, oh god, literally just reading the reactions from people like, say, like Patrick Klepek, who freaking like stood up from his couch, just pumped his fist in the air after it was announced. It's like,
yes.
Oh man. Well, I had to step out for a moment. I didn't catch the initial trailer. I watched the initial trailer on Twitter, and immediately I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I want. It was so awesome because it's like you have the scene, you have the Doom guy, you know, you have him like just walk around hell and stuff, and all these different demons that we've never even seen before, so just starting to attack him and all everything else. This whole post-apocalyptic terrain, it looked amazing. That conceptual trailer. Gosh, when they do reveal more about it, like at the later convention or something like that for in August, I hope the QuakeCon. Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Man, I hope it's nothing but gameplay, because I would definitely lose my shit if I see gameplay of it and it looks even better than fucking Doom from 2016.
I'm gonna have an erection until August, probably.
Oh man, let's see. Other stuff. I didn't really particularly care about the Prey stuff, only because I haven't really gotten into playing that game. I really don't have too much interest. But let's see, the whole Fallout 76. I thought the conceptual thing was very interesting. I liked the new creatures you get to face off against. The whole mutant sloth was pretty damn funny.
Yes.
While watching the Rooster Teeth live stream of it on YouTube, it was so funny to see the reactions of like the whole giant mutant sloth and stuff, and then like, of course, when Elder Scrolls 6 was unveiled and stuff, the thing was announced and stuff. They're just kind of like, oh yay, you know, just getting excited and all this other shit. But let's see, I'm interested in seeing more on Fallout 76 in the months to come. They're dating it for November 14th of this year, which I'm kind of wondering like how good this game's going to be towards the end of the year. I mean, it's very ambitious. We're talking about a game that's like 4 times the size of Fallout 4, which, hey, it's not impossible. Having like online only type of things, and then like you could play it on your own. It's like what Todd Howard was like just saying about. You could do this pretty much the same things you could do in other Fallout games, but there's a lot of emphasis on multiplayer stuff too. So if you want to have things a little bit easier or do something like that, team up with some friends and play on that, it's like, you know, barring like some ratings and stuff, man, I would love to play some Fallout 76. That definitely looks like it's going to be a pretty fun game. Let's see. I was kind of excited by the reveal of Starfield, because that kind of looks interesting. I mean, it was vague as hell, obviously, but I'm kind of interested in seeing what they do with this IP that they've been wanting to make for about 25 years. But other than that, though, I'm very excited with the unveiling of Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, it's about time we hear something in regards to their next their next Elder Scrolls game. That's not Skyrim.
What about Blades?
Well, Blades is all right. I mean, hell, I would love to play Blades and stuff when it eventually comes on to like the consoles and the other type of like platforms, maybe even Switch. I mean, hell, I'm willing to try that. Nothing wrong with it. But it's just something of the magnitude of the next Elder Scrolls game that actually has me a little bit excited. Because after going through the cracks, the whole crack up things, oh, no, Skyrim's on this and on that. You know, that's just refreshing to see. But overall, inside that press conference, there were actually quite a few games that I want to try out. And that's like a sharp contrast to like the previous conference, Microsoft, that we went over where, hey, you can play these games in 2019. And this one, it's like, hey, there's some things that are out right now, and there's some that's going to be out towards the end of this year, for the consoles you want to play on PC, on Xbox One, Switch, or, PS4, blah, 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 so on and so forth. So, in overall aspect and stuff, I am going to dock some things because of the beginning, because the whole Andrew WK thing was awkward as hell, and probably won't be as awkward as what Ubisoft does in the coming days. But, I'm going to give it a 8 out of 10.
Nice.
I liked it.
Yeah. So far, it's definitely your best.
Yes. It's definitely the best. It's loads better than EA. It's marginally better than Microsoft's because of the Doom unveiling, the Fallout 76 gameplay stuff, and the reveal of Elder Scrolls 6.
Okay. Yeah. No, I completely understand. For me, I'm still kind of going back and forth with my number, but kind of run through it. I enjoyed the jokes with Walmart Canada. They've been going back and forth on Twitter ever since it happened, which has been really entertaining. I like the way the way Bethesda does it, because they kind of just like play like we don't give a fuck and we make fun of ourselves. Where like EA is super stiff and corporate, Microsoft's a little more corporate than but they are kind of relaxing and fun and all that to a point. And then Bethesda's just like they just don't fucking care. They'll cuss and do whatever the hell they want. They don't give a shit. They don't take it seriously at all. And then the Andrew WK thing, I enjoyed it. Like I said, for the fans more than anything. But the Rage 2 thing, I went from interested in Rage 2 to 100% sold, just because it just looks like open world, like Borderlands Doom.
Yeah.
Which I'm all in for, 100%. Every game should just have more Doom in it. Every game should just be Doom, really, when you think about it. I just want everything to be Doom.
Oh boy.
When I was watching that, I'm just like, man, if everything's not Doom after this, then what's the point? You ruined it. You peaked too early, or at least I thought they did. So I am 100% interested in that game until further notice. That's gonna be a day one pickup for me. Like I said, Elder Scrolls Legends. There was a good 10-minute lull there with the Elder Scrolls Legends and ESO shit. I don't care about, but fucking Doom, man. Doom. Oh god. I got legit goosebumps and chills when that fucking when I heard the music. I'm just like, that's Doom. I saw so they were zooming in and I'm like, is this Doom? I think this might be Doom. But there was that doubt, and then the music hit and I'm just like, oh fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh man. Oh, I just can't put in the words how excited. You saw my Twitter reaction. It was just exactly. A lot of fucks and yes. And yes. Yes. And I just started looking at GIFs of Doom for the next 20 minutes. That's all I wanted to do. So yeah, that, oh god. It was a teaser trailer. I knocked some stuff in the past, oh, it's stupid. Not even on the last show. I kind of I don't understand how people get excited. But that's only when it's a new IP. Obviously, when it's a returning franchise, they can get away with a teaser trailer like that. So oh fuck yeah, dude, you just give me it now, because I need to go to the doctor in 3 hours if this erection doesn't go away. So quick champions, well now my erection's gone. Don't care about that. Neither does anybody else in the world. Hence why they're giving it away for free for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Prey DLC, that game was not good. I know people, it seems like either people don't like it, people just don't care about it, or people love it. There's nowhere in the middle. Nobody just it's okay. It's either hate it or love it. So yeah, I don't fuck that game. Wolfenstein 2, the Youngblood. I'm looking forward to it. I bought the season pass for Wolfenstein 2.
Yeah.
And I waited till all this DLC came out for it. I started playing it, and it was just not good. It was not funny. It was just kind of it felt like they did the Battlefield War Story stuff where it's here's some short 1-2 hour skits where you play as these 4 different each character and each have their own powers, and it wasn't fun. It just kind of felt like they just I felt like I was replaying segments from the game, and they just stuck these characters in that, and you just played it differently, and it just
right.
It was whatever. It wasn't the you know, like I no, it just didn't have the Wolfenstein 2 charm or the Wolfenstein charm. So I'm hoping it's better than that because that was extremely disappointing. The Wolfenstein Cyberpilot VR, you're killing Nazis, so in VR, so that's cool. I mean, I like killing fucking Nazis. But, you know, even though I didn't care for the season pass stuff, Wolfenstein 2. I don't know, killing Nazis in VR sounds kind of, I've never done it before. Sounds fun. Fallout 76, I like the two things that Bethesda is known for the most, Elder Scrolls and Fallout. I enjoyed the hell out of Fallout 3, but I burned down in Vegas, really New Vegas, and Fallout 4. I got just kind of, in a way, kind of killed the interest in me in the franchise. Like, I'm interested in the lore, and it sounds really cool, like the story behind it. But I'm out. I think I'm just kind of out on those games, unless like something really cool and interesting comes out of it. But I'm not trying to knock it and say they're bad games. I just got tired of the grind of it and the loop of the game, and then having to build. I hated building, and when they started making you do it, it really killed that game for me. And then also all the loading screens didn't help on top of that. So the online stuff, I'm curious how it's going to work. Do you have to be online all the time to play this game? It kind of sucks that people can just kind of fuck with you at any point in time if they want to.
Yep.
But I mean, yeah, if you could play this like offline, or you could play it online, but you can play it privately, that would be kind of cool. I guess. I mean, if people that are interested in that, because other than that, otherwise, either way, I don't care. But I think that sucked for a lot of people because I think that people play that. I don't think a lot of people are looking for that kind of game. Like, I know a lot of people that just play that game. They just like to go through and they like to do their own shit. And if you have people fucking with you the entire time, I feel like that can kill that game for a lot of people. Fallout Shelter, fine. That's cool. It's coming to Switch and PS4. But I don't know what the audience is for that anymore. Elder Scrolls Blades actually does sound kind of interesting, mainly because it's not really one of those kind of games. It's not a real Elder Scrolls game. I'm curious how it's going to work in VR, and kind of what the audience and what the reception for that's going to be. If it's free, I might check it out just based off what's unless it's like some bullshit microtransaction stuff. But it kind of started off kind of lame, and then the more I talked about it, I'm like, oh, the VR part I think is what kind of got me interested a little bit. Not like I'm not going to check it out right away, but I was interested in it. Starfield and Elder Scrolls 6. I mean, if it wasn't for the fact this is like the real Bethesda GameWorks new games, I don't know what the excitement would be for them really. Other than it's just that's their new games. Obviously, I understand why people are excited for Elder Scrolls 6. The Starfield stuff, it looks like it's in space, so really anything in space, you've already kind of got my attention somewhat. But yeah, I don't know. That was cool. I think those games, they say they're next generation, so you gotta think those games are 2 to 6 years away.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially Elder Scrolls 6 is probably closer to 5 or 6 years away.
Oh my god.
That's probably the first 2022, 2023 game announced, other than maybe Death Stranding. That might be Death Stranding is like a 2028 game. And yeah, you guys think Starfield, we're not going to see that until 2020, 2021 realistically. So but I don't know. Overall, like the highs of this, like the peak of this press conference, is the highest of highs I've had so far with like the Doom stuff. But everything else, I just kind of was like, man, that's okay, that's cool. And there was some some of the lowest points were actually during this press conference too, with like the card game stuff and the Elder Scrolls Online.
Yeah.
So the Doom alone, I think, is like, I was really entertained. I'm not trying to say like there's a lot of great games that were announced. There's a lot of these games that were announced were not my kind of games or games I'm interested in really playing. But I think for a lot of people, this was probably one of their better ones yet. I know, especially for like the Fallout 76 stuff. So I've been kind of going back and forth. Like, do I like this more than Microsoft's? Do I? Microsoft's I think was better, just off the sheer content. Like on paper, you wrote everything down. It was better. But they had all the problems with a lot of the shit wasn't exclusive or it's so far out. This had like I said, like the stuff they have something, at least maybe their biggest game they showed, or really talked about, is coming in 5 months. Man, so I don't know, because I got Microsoft 7.5. I'm probably gonna give Bethesda. I'm gonna give it a 7.
All right.
I enjoyed it. But I didn't come out like there's a lot of shit that came on the Microsoft one where I'm just like, I can't wait to play that. There was like a half dozen games out there. I'm just like, I want to play those. And this one, there's one I'm definitely in for, two I'm definitely in for, and the one I'm just kind of like, I'm definitely like, okay. I'm like, I'm probably gonna play it, but I want to wait and see on it. So
I see.
Really strong. I feel like I'm knocking it more than I mean to, but two really good press conferences. I still think overall today, I was never really bored or completely checked out of any of these press conferences. So that's really the best thing I can say about them. Other than that, so you gave it an 8 out of 10, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and then I gave it a 7. So yeah, so they definitely made up for yesterday's press conference with EA with 2 bangers right off the bat. So stiff competition for Monday and Tuesday. We will. Anything else you want to add before I kind of wrap this up?
No, that should do it.
Okay. But yeah, so 2 really good press conferences today. We'll be back tomorrow talking about Ubisoft, Square Enix. We'll have a coffee with Square Enix, and then lunch with Ubisoft, and then dinner with PlayStation. So we'll be back tomorrow night talking about all of those. Thank you guys for listening. I was your host. I was Tyler.
And I have been Colonel Gables. So until next time, everyone, peace out and have yourself a pleasant E3.
Bye.
See ya.